Part of this topic, I'll demonstrate how to set up Jupyter Lab on this Cloud9 instance. First, we will validate whether Python 3 is there or not. Once we confirm Python 3 is available, we'll be creating the Python virtual environment. The Python virtual environment will be created using Python 3. Once the Python virtual environment is created, we'll activate it. Once it is activated, we'll be installing Jupyter Lab using pip command. Once Jupyter Lab is installed, we'll be starting a web service associated with the Jupyter Lab. We'll also see how to access that web service from our browser. Let's go through these steps one at a time. To validate whether we have Python 3 or not, we can say Python and hit tab twice. You can see whatever Python versions are available here. We have Python 2 as well as Python 3. When it comes to Python 3, it is nothing but Python 3.6. So we have Python 2.7 and Python 3.6. You can validate by running Python like this. Python is pointing to Python 2.7. You can exit from Python CLI like this. Then you can say Python 3. You can see that Python 3 is nothing but Python 3.6.9. We'll be creating the virtual environment using Python 3 here. For that, we have to exit. Then we can create a folder by name DE Lab. mkdir is Linux command to create a folder. Once we create the folder, we have to get into that folder by using cd command like this. cd stands for change directory. Now we are in the DE Lab folder. Then we can say Python 3 -m venv. venv is nothing but virtual environment module within Python 3. It will take care of creating the virtual environment for us using Python 3.6.9. We can actually give the name to the virtual environment. I am giving the name as delab-venv. Now we can hit enter. It will take care of creating the virtual environment for us. You can actually say find delab-venv to validate what all folders and files are there under this main folder related to our virtual environment. You can also run ls-ltr on delab-venv, then bin, hit enter. You can see Python as well as pip commands here. Now we have to activate this. You can see there is a command called as activate in delab-venv bin. The way you can run that activate is using Linux source command like this. Then you have to give the path of the activate by saying delab-venv bin activate. Now you can hit enter. Now the virtual environment is activated. As virtual environment is activated, if we run pip command here, it will take care of installing Jupyter Lab in this virtual environment. Now we can say pip install Jupyter Lab like this. It will take care of installing Jupyter Lab in this virtual environment. Whenever we want to access Jupyter Lab, we have to activate the virtual environment and then we have to run the appropriate command to start the Jupyter Lab. Let's wait until Jupyter Lab is installed, then we'll actually start the Jupyter Lab server and also we'll understand how to connect to it. Now the Jupyter Lab is set up. We can say Jupyter Lab, then -IP 0.0.0.0 to actually start the Jupyter Lab web server. Now you can hit enter. You can see that Jupyter Lab web server is started on port number 8888. You can open another tab. You can validate by saying telnet localhost 8888 like this. You can see that the Jupyter Lab web server is running on this port. However, if I go to the EC2 instance, if I pick the public IPv4 DNS from here, if I open another tab, then say http:// enter the DNS, then :8888 to talk to Jupyter Lab, it will not work. The reason why it is not working is the port number 8888 is not opened as part of the security group. How to open that? For that you have to go to EC2 instances, choose the appropriate EC2 instance here, go to security, click on the security group here, review the existing inbound rules. We have only 22 and 80 opened. Click on edit inbound rules because we are trying to connect to web server that is running as part of the EC2 instance and hence it is considered as inbound traffic. Now scroll down, click on add rule, use custom TCP, enter the port number 8888, then expand this, choose my IP, then say save rules. Now the rule is added. Now I can open another tab here. Let me say http:// enter the public IPv4 DNS :8888. Hit enter. You can see that I am able to access the Jupyter Lab. We have opened 8888 as part of the security groups and we are able to access the Jupyter Lab. However, it is asking for password or token. You can actually go to the terminal in Cloud9. You have to go to the tab in which the Jupyter Lab is started. This is the token which you have to enter. Let me copy this, go here, paste it, then say login. Now you are inside the Jupyter Lab that is running as part of our Cloud9 instance. If you want to access the terminal, you can actually click on this to open the terminal. You should be able to run all your Ubuntu commands in this because our Cloud9 instance is running using Ubuntu as operating system. If you want to create notebooks, you can click on this Python 3 here. it will take care of creating a notebook by name untitled. If you want to rename, you can rename by saying whatever name you want. In this case, I'm saying getting started. Once the Jupyter notebook is renamed, you should be able to type the Python 3 code here. You can say print hello world and then run this to see the output. You can also validate the version of Python by saying from platform import Python underscore version. Then you can say Python underscore version like this. You should be able to see the Python version that is used to bring up this Jupyter Lab environment. This is how you should be able to set up Jupyter Lab as part of the Cloud9 instance and also access it. You have to make sure that the Jupyter Lab is started with IP 0.0.0.0 and also the port number is opened as part of the security group so that we can access using our browser. Now either you can run Jupyter Lab directly like this. You can say Jupyter Lab --IP 0.0.0.0 like this. Or if you don't want to use your console just to run the Jupyter Lab, you can actually run this in background. The way you can run this in background is by using nohup in this manner. You can say nohup Jupyter Lab then --IP 0.0.0.0 then ampersand and hit enter. It will take care of running the Jupyter Lab in the background. When it is running in the background, if you want to get the token, you can actually say tail nohup.out. You can see the token here. In the nohup.out, the token will be written. You should be able to access the token from there. If you are not comfortable running Jupyter Lab using nohup, just run using Jupyter Lab directly the way I have shown earlier using this command. However, you cannot use this terminal. You have to open additional terminals and then you have to run commands in case if you want to use terminal as part of your Cloud9 instance. You might have to open multiple tabs and you should be able to run the commands. This is how you should be able to set up Jupyter Lab to use it to learn data engineering skills following my content. Wherever I have demonstrated using Jupyter, if you want to use similar environment, you should be able to set up Jupyter Lab like this, access the Jupyter Lab and then use it for learning purposes.